Okay, hello and welcome to our Thursday night Zoom huddle. Really excited to talk with y'all tonight about our experience at the executive retreat this last week. Amanda, Alex, and myself got invited to go out, and if y'all paid attention to our story, we had a lot of fun, but we also learned a lot and got to really immerse ourselves in the corporate staff and hear about the vision and the future of the company, and then some exciting announcements. And we just could not wait to get home and share everything with you guys. I've never felt more confident and more rooted somewhere in my entire career of doing direct sales, and it just feels really good. So I want you guys to know that you might be newer here. You might not be in leadership yet, okay? But that's all in the vision for you guys. But you can trust us when we tell you, like, we are in the best of hands. Also, I thought it was pretty badass that there were probably like 40 people there, 50 people, and I'd say 90% of everybody there was from Team Joy, which is the organization we're a part of. So we're aligned with the best of the best. If you guys could mute yourself, that would be amazing. Thank you. So I want to have Amanda talk first, then we'll have Alex talk just about some takeaways, and then we'll go through some exciting announcements and things to come. So, Amanda, what was your big takeaways from the event?
Okay, so well, first and foremost, what I think is really cool, it was just the overall like energy and vibe of the weekend. As I'm sure a lot of you know, Delaney and I have been in leadership roles at other companies. We've been to different conventions, conferences, like more intimate settings with leadership. And I just felt safe there. That's the best way to explain it. Like I felt like I meant to be there, but people also like really respected the fact that I was there. They wanted my input. I certainly was like not, the one that's made the most money, been there the longest, have the biggest organization, but they wanted everyone to be heard. And I thought that was really cool. We did a lot of like roundtable discussions where they would ask questions about like how we're successful in social media, like what have we been doing? How do we implement things into our team? Where do we see this company going? What can we do better? And they take all of our feedback and bring that to corporate, which is very important. There's a lot of new things being implemented, not only like systems and programs, but feedback on like the back office end of things that they could change to make it more seamless and integrated. Changing our like archaic back office. There were just so many different things that we shared, which I thought was really cool that they wanted to hear from the field and they wanted to implement those things. They have a new website rolling out and we gave feedback on that. They literally are implementing changes as we speak on things that we gave them. So that was probably the coolest thing just because it's so important to lean into the field. Like we are the ones that make this a company. And I loved the fact that they were open and willing to hear us out. But I knew and I was confident that they're going to implement those things going forward. It wasn't just like, give me your feedback and then, oh, okay, maybe I'll think about it. It was like, let's act on this today. Like Honey was literally standing there. We give feedback and she's like, go change that now. Tell whoever who's in charge of that to do that. And so I love that. It was a very intimate setting. We got to go to Honey's house, which is amazing. First of all, she lives in a beautiful home in Palo Alto. She knows how to throw a party, I can tell you that. But beyond having like a good time, her vision for the company, I think it was just hearing how passionate she is, her story, where she came from, what she's grown this company to be now. There are third-party people that have no involvement in the company that were came to speak about how fast we are growing and how it's like everyone's watching. Like we are growing over 30% month after month, and the amount of commissions that's been paid out, the connections that have been made, the relationships that have been initiated, how she partners exclusively with our pharmacy is huge because like most telehealth companies don't do that. And what that essentially means is that exclusivity ensures that there are no issues going forward, and any decision that has to be made is going to be made directly by the CEO because we are debt free. So we're not having to consult with investors to make that next move. So she has these really established and strong relationships with pharmacies and other networking people that are helping make this company is what it is. Um, Beyond like the culture and like the vibe and like where this company is going, I mean, it's just so important to understand how fast we've grown because we are like the number one telehealth company out there right now. And we are backed by the best of the best. Like our pharmacy is like the number one. And I talked a lot to Honey about that because I thought that was super important. She interviewed and researched like thousands of pharmacies before deciding who she was going to go with. Um, and then what was implemented there and shared, like as far as just like her idea of growth. Like, for example, one night, like everyone knows, like I love talking money and being smart with finances. Like, we did a financial literacy training one night. I thought that was the coolest thing that I've ever seen a CEO do, especially in this space, because it is important to learn how to like manage your money and not just earn it. But everything was all like growth mindset oriented, and that was like what I love the most. And then I'll let Delaney speak to like the product drops and the other things, but just know that being in this company, you are not only, overseen by like the best CEO who has like our best interests at heart, and she has the biggest heart. There was like an emotional side of things where we got to like share people's stories and like what got them there and like how she's just like rooting everyone on, but also know that she has established the best relationships with everyone to ensure that we can take things to the next level, but do it compliantly, do it with integrity, and offer the best of the best products that there is out there.
Perfect. Yeah, and just to piggyback off of some of the things Amanda was saying, we also they hired a motivational speaker, Tracy Litt. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but she was awesome. I think Alex is going to share a little bit more about her, but I will tell you the biggest takeaway for me was knowing that you have to stay in an abundant mindset. And here's the thing, guys, you can't need something in this business. You have to want it. When you get into that needy energy and you try to control everything, that is where you literally push and repel all of the blessings and all of the opportunities and all the abundance from your life. You can't expect to have more of something if you're literally like, if these are your hands and you're just in this control, freak out mode, stressed out, what's not working for me, customer service sucks, da 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 da, all that is just going to attract more bullshit. We all know this, but I think it was like the way she put it into perspective. I was like, you know what? It's so true. And Alex and I check each other all the time on this, where because it's human nature to go down roads sometimes where you get negative, right? Or you get like you complain or you're bitching about something. And we'll be like, CEO mindset. What would a CEO act like? How would a CEO handle this situation? And it's so true. You guys have to adapt. I don't care if you have one person on your team or 300 people on your team. Really start thinking from that perspective. Like, what would a CEO do? Like, how would they handle these situations? Would they be freaking out, panicking over, one little silly thing in the business? Or do you think that they probably have 50 damn fires they're putting out every day? And how's their posture? How are they handling it? And so I want you guys to also get into that leadership mode even before you're there. Manifesting, I'm a firm believer in it, however you want to go about it, how woo woo you want to get, but like you have to start showing up as that version of yourself as if it's already happening. Okay. That person who opens up a $10,000 monthly check, that person who gives their boss their 2 week resignation and how liberating that feels. Okay. The person who just had 10 people sign with them to do this business this week alone. Like, really envision that, embody that. Like, how does that feel? And then start acting like it before it's even happened. That's how you're going to attract that stuff. But I know it's very easy in this line of work to get defeated, to get down on yourself, and if you're new here, I always like to set the expectation, guys. It takes a little bit longer to convert. It is a high ticket item. This stuff isn't cheap, for good reason, though. It's high quality. But it's a medication. It takes people a little longer. I was talking to, I don't know if Morgan's on here, Morgan Soley the other day. She's like, it took me like a year to pull the trigger on getting on the shot. So you are going to constantly be up against people who need more time than just a 24-hour turnaround. So you got to play the long game and not get caught up in that instant gratification. And I know it's easier said than done, but I promise you, if you just stay consistent and you keep putting in the work, like this team is going big, big places. And One thing I don't want to spend, we've, Alex, Amanda, and I, we've talked about this too. Like, we're not even going to give any energy to competitors out there. But I just want to tell you guys, I hope y'all stay. I love having you on this team. I think you'd be crazy to go anywhere else besides Ellie. But I also have to know that I can't control that. And I hope you know that too. Like, you can't control what people decide. You can't control if somebody says no to you or buys from somebody else or joins a different team in the company or goes to a different company. It's out of your control. All you can do is stay rooted, stay positive, stay consistent, and keep showing up. And here's the thing, like, I don't pay attention to competitors. I've had a couple of people reach out like, "Oh, what about this company? What do you know about this company?" I don't care. Here is LEMD in my head. We are up here. Here's everybody else. And it's also because we are the pioneers of this space. We're over a year and a half in. Any company that is just freshly starting out, they're dealing with all the growing pains, all the bullshit. And there's just a lot of things too. I want you guys to know that, you can dress up a piece of shit with sparkles and roses and spray it with perfume, but at the end of the day, it can still be shit, right? So don't fall for stupid marketing tactics and just be discerned and smart and know what you have your hands on and don't get caught up in the noise because the moment you look away from what you have in front of you because you're distracted with all the noise. Oh, did you see so and so came here or left here or this or that or what's this new company? You are taking so much energy and time away from what you are supposed to be doing here and growing your business. And I just don't have time for it personally. I don't want to entertain conversations about it. Don't reach out to me and be like, oh, what about this? I don't care. Okay. Like head down, focus, ready to blow this the fuck up. And I want to do it with all of y'all. And I know what we have our hands on here. And I knew that going into the weekend, but even more so, it was like pretty eye-opening just hearing the vision, being around all these big leaders. And I will tell you this, guys, and I say this without talking shit, but there was not one damn person in that room, okay, that I was like blown away by in the sense of like, wow, they're just superhuman. No wonder they're putting up $80,000 of PV a month. No wonder they're making $100,000 a month. Guys, they all put their pants on the same way. They are completely normal people. And if anything, it was inspiring because I was like, every single person on this team is capable of doing that. You might not believe it, and that's probably your problem. But if you can get past your own damn self, okay, and really just immerse yourself and go all out and get uncomfortable, there's no reason why people, like more people on this team, can't be blowing this business out of the water. There's nothing that sets somebody apart from you other than the fact that they've maybe been doing it longer, maybe they're more consistent, and maybe they're okay with looking like a fool for a little bit longer than you are. Okay. So, Alex, you want to chime in and share some takeaways, and then we'll go over some announcements.
No, you guys pretty much wrapped everything up.
No, we did
No,
not
I'm just
save our
kidding.
stop.
No, I mean these events, especially the corporate ones like this, they're very different than the getaways because when you go on getaways, it's really to like unplug and just focus and have fun and celebrate and whatnot. When you go to these corporate events and these retreats or whatnot, and the ranking retreats, there it's really easy to be motivated there because everybody's in the same headspace. Everybody there is like getting the training. The lady Tracy Litt, I think her name was, she's basically like a female Tony Robbins. Like she will start off with like breathing exercises. And I know what she's doing because I do the same thing in my classes. Like you want to flood somebody's brain with oxygen. That's why meditation's huge because when you can control your breathing, you can basically control how you're feeling. And she starts you off by like slow breathing and then she increases so you can flood your brain. And that's why like if you ever ugly cry when you hyperventilate, you really feel good after that. You know what I mean? And that's because you're like sucking wind and flooding your brain with oxygen to get over the bullshit that whatever made you cry. But that's what meditation is. And she starts with that and then she hits you with all this motivational stuff. And that's basically what Tony Robbins does too. So I know like the tactics, but they're really good speakers. And if you have a chance to catch or look up Tracy Litt, I mean the lady's charging like a 50K show fee. So you don't get to that by not being a good talker and not speaking facts and being motivating and whatnot. CEOs and a bunch of people hire her. And that was a really good one. But we had just a whole schedule. And honestly, that some of the corporate members that gave talks or speeches, I thought they were just as good as the lady getting paid 50K for it. I forget the one corporate member. She does a comp plan training on the
Susan.
website. What's
Susan.
that?
Susan.
Yeah, Susan. She was really good. And then Dan Jensen. So this guy creates comp plans for network marketing companies, and she invited him here. And he's the first person that she reached out to after Honey got divorced. He was like the number one. She was like, "Tell me everything about network marketing," and she just knew that she wanted to go this route because she wanted to have the people that stuck with her be able to blow it up with her, not have to rely on paying Walmart and Target and all these extra marketing fees, 100K here, 200K here and there. So when she made that decision and everybody stuck with her, like they weren't getting paid for like the first 3 or 6 months or whatnot. She had people follow her to the company and market for free for 3 to 6 months. So that kind of when you have a foundation like that, when you have a company that starts with a foundation based purely on faith, right? These are grown ass women that followed her that weren't making any money and just believed. And when that's your foundation, it's really easy to build upon that when you start seeing success. So when Amanda's talking about the rate at which the company's growing, there's a reason for that. And when you have that kind of story and when you have, when you can stand on that foundation, it makes it really easy to kind of keep going with it. So all of us here, I mean, it's only a year and a half old, so it kind of sucks that we all like got here just in the time that we did, but we're still here early enough to basically blow the shit up. And if you saw the numbers that they were posting about, 3 million here in the first couple months and then it tripled, like it's actually exponential, not just saying that as a word because everybody says you grow exponentially, but growth doesn't necessarily equal exponential. It's actual exponential growth. Like for the first, I want to say few months, it was like to the third power. And if you know what that is, it goes from like 3 to 9 to 27 and it just keeps going, whatnot. So yeah, when they showed us the numbers and actually broke it down, they focused a lot on facts and not just motivational words. And then they balanced it really well with motivation and then numbers and analytics and data and then more motivation. So I think it was just well set up, and Honey 100% can throw a fucking party. Like if you saw like just her outfit, like that was like the whole party basically. And it wasn't no like center of attention vibe. It was just she likes to throw a damn party. And you can tell that she does. It was probably she has an island like in her kitchen, and the whole island was a charcuterie. Like it wasn't just a board with a
Like my
few
dream.
things here and
It's
there. The
amazing.
whole fucking island was a charcuterie. So I think she probably dropped about 100 grand at least, honestly, at least because we were going to like Google. There was like 40 of us. So that alone, I'm sure is probably like 10K. So
She rented out an entire museum for us.
yeah, yeah.
It was so
So it
cool.
was,
But I want to add something before I forget did I cut you off or
no,
were
you're
you?
good. You're
Okay.
good. We're
Um,
vibing.
so the comp plan. So the creator of the comp plan, Dan, who came and spoke, I just thought that was so important and cool because I'm a numbers person and I think other people can respect it. But he created the comp plan for Amway, one of the largest network marketing companies of all time. And he created our comp plan, and he said that instead of just starting with a boilerplate, which is what a lot of these network marketing companies do, and they kind of tweak from there, Honey said, no, I want to do this all from scratch. So the comp plan was completely created by her and Dan and some other people that gave input, but Honey's being psycho. But he said, you guys have one of the most lucrative compensation plans that I've ever seen, which I think is so cool. He said, no one pays 5 generations. Like that is a huge part of our comp plan that so many others don't have, to include competitors. And generational pay is something that can absolutely like change your financial situation in this business, like especially if you are building a team. So it's really important to understand it. I got to actually see what Alex has been working on as far as like his comp plan video, and it's fire. So that will be coming soon, but it'll give you more of an understanding of what it looks like to grow a team and tap into those extra parts of the compensation plan because they actually are insane. And hearing him firsthand say it, knowing he created it and he's done hundreds of comp plans, I just thought was super cool.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
muted.
Oh,
Can
it's
I
cool. Wait, do you have
lem-
more or
yeah, I want to share real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna
Also,
show like a
I'll,
blip
I'm
of
going to tell you guys, I actually think it's perfect timing when we came in because the beginning of a company, that's when they're going through all the bullshit, right? Like we came in, we're at the sweet spot right now. There's still so much untapped territory out there. Most people don't even know what LEMG is. So they're gonna join somebody. You might as well make sure it's you. So be loud about this. Okay, go ahead.
can okay, we're good. Can you guys hear the audio when it's playing?
I don't know yet. No.
Oh, lovely. I'm not sure it's gonna allow me to share the audio then if
You can
there's
drop it in
yeah.
the team chat after.
Oh, the video? Yeah, I'll just do that. But yeah, she's talking about the vision, and then I got Dan on here. He's got a couple pieces of information, and this is him. So I mean, you can just look at him and tell he's an OG. So he knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about. And yeah, it was very eye-opening to hear somebody who creates comp plans and what goes around it and why things are the way they are. It was definitely something. And then last thing I want to show you is where's the home? There we go. Just a quick blip of what Amanda was talking about. I put our little a little twist on it so we could be more on brand, but I'm just breaking it down from the jump, just all the numbers, and then
It's
a lot of
amazing.
it's very basic at the beginning. What's up?
Said it's amazing.
And then once we get into about here is when level pay, a lot of people, especially if you've come from somewhere else and you've been in network marketing or direct sales, you kind of know level pay. But I really go into detail about the generation pay towards the end. So I was going to just do one video, but I think I'm going to break it up into probably like a 6 or 7 part series. So if you just want to watch, level pay or you just want to watch, ways to get paid or generation pay, you can just watch that and you don't got to search for it and fast forward or whatnot. So I'm going to record a few of them and then put them into a uh, little series that you can just click straight through.
Um, Before we talk about product announcements and a few other announcements, I want to answer Lucy's question about exclusivity with a pharmacy because I think it's super important. I'm going to look at my notes that I took while I was there. But one of the biggest things is that with exclusivity with a pharmacy, you're going to ensure that first and foremost, they're not just going to cut you off at any time. When you don't have an exclusive partnership with a pharmacy, at any point they could tell that company to kick rocks, and we're no longer going to be fulfilling your prescriptions. But not only that, like they could be changing pricing, and that would be a decision that's not made from the company. It would be made directly because of the pharmacy. I think that's huge because, I mean, that could shut down everything if you don't have someone to source your medication. Obviously, for accountability and oversight reasons, tighter safety and compliance control, they can ensure that the formulations can't just change overnight. They know what they're getting and they're going to remain consistent. And that is important, just not only for like long-term alignment, but to make sure that there's no instability there. Like you know what you're going to be getting, and then these formulas are created and they are what they are. A lot of times when companies are trying to outsource a pharmacy, if they don't get an exclusive partnership, is because they're looking for the cheapest option. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's really important that we have that. And that the standard is set and that nothing's going to change. And we do have that exclusive partnership with Clover RX. She spoke at lengths about researching, talking to different pharmacies before deciding to partner with Clover, and they're like here to stay. So just something to keep in mind.
Did you talk about
Uh,
tracking at all?
About what?
Like the pizza tracker that they're gonna implement. So if you order a pizza, you can
Oh
like
yeah,
see where it's at in the process.
like
Having just
Domino's.
one pharmacy, like it's hard to track if you have 4, 5, 6 different pharmacies you're getting from. So when you just have Clover, you know exactly where it's at, you know what part of the process it's at, and they're gonna have a little tracker system to kind of make up for, December and November's hiccups in customer service. I'll just say that. So it'll be a lot more easy to track packages and you can guide your people, guide your customers and say, hey, check out the tracker. It'll get them to log in and kind of, put the ball in their court if they, because you won't be able to see it because of HIPAA, but they can see it. So you can
Mhm.
encourage them like, hey, log into your office, check the tracker and you'll be able to see where it's at.
That'll also eliminate back and forth with like the customer service component. Because I know I've had people message me before, like, hey, like, where's my stuff? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't even have access to see what you ordered, but this will allow them to like in real time see, okay, it's sent to the pharmacy, it's being fulfilled, it's gone out for shipping. So I think that that's huge.
Okay, speaking of pharmacy, so while we were there, she actually was having the owner of Clover RX over to do some negotiating. So in the very near future, we should have an update on price reductions. If you guys started with us back in the July, August, well, yeah, no, June, July. When we joined, actually, Tirzepatide was $450 a month, and the company was freaking crushing it, selling it at that price point. I mean, we did really well our first month at that price point too. So again, I'm not one to ever think price is going to make or break a business. Personally, I don't give it that type of weight, but I do know that in order to remain competitive with, the market and other competitors out there, because the thing is, guys, they're going to keep popping up. It's just a matter of time. People all want to slice of this pie because the peptide space is just freaking booming and it's super smart. It's a great business model, this telehealth model. So, they are actively negotiating right now to lower our prices even more on our GLP-1s and maybe even other. To be honest, our other peptides are actually extremely competitive. If you ever looked into pricing on like the GHKCU and elsewhere, from a high reputable quality source, we're actually cheaper than most places. Our GLP-1s are where she's gonna try to get those prices down even more, which will be even more amazing. So that's coming. They showed us a preview of the new website. So they're revamping the whole website to make it even more user friendly. Little details that you wouldn't even think of. Like instead of saying you are shopping with Dell Dunham, it'll say referred by Dell Dunham. And then the whole like display of, all products, the way just the visual look of things will be so much cleaner and clearer and less confusing. So that's coming. They're also working on a feature to be able to kind of build a cart. Where like let's say somebody wants GHKCU, NAD, and tirzepatide, they just bang, 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 add it all in, do a medical questionnaire, blah, 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 blah. That'll be coming in the future as well. Who wants to talk about vibrators?
Oh my God.
So I'm actually really excited. This to me, obviously, I mean, I love the fact that we're a female-led company and that uh I have no problem talking about this
I'll
stuff.
take this
For
one.
no,
So the
you better chill. He's like, what's a rose toy? Um, for those of you who don't know, actually, I always say Beachbody is where I started my network marketing career because I had no clue in college that I actually was in a MLM company called Pure Romance, if anybody's ever heard of them doing the sex toy parties. Okay, so I actually did it for a couple parties and crushed it. So I'm all about the sexual health side. I think orgasms and all that stuff are amazing for women's health, and I think we should just embrace it. Amanda's so uncomfortable right
I
now.
hate us.
But what I love is that our CEO is the same, she's on the same wavelength. She's like, sexual health is a huge part of your health, and it's something that people get uncomfortable sharing or talking about. But again, we're all about breaking stigmas and just owning it. And yeah, so what's coming next is going to be it's a nasal spray. Essentially, what it does is it's going to be an enhancer, like how the PT-141 works. It's for sexual desire and arousal, and it's going to be a nasal spray, and it's going to drop February 5th through the 14th. Okay.
Fourth.
Okay, February 4th through the 14th, and it's going to include a Rose toy vibrator during that timeline. So we'll be able to buy it whenever, but for those who purchase it during that window, they're going to get a Rose toy vibrator. And if anybody, drop a rose in the chat if you know about the Rose.
It went viral all over TikTok, but
It's legit.
That's why Honey's so cool though. Like
Okay,
she's in
wow, we got a
tune.
lot of Rose.
She's in tune with like what's hip. Like she knew that this was a thing and she like joked around about it. She said they were like sitting on her couch and she was like, "What if we included the rose toy with the," and I guess people were like, what?" And then she was like, "Wait, I was serious." And then the next thing you know, she's like, she directly contacted like the manufacturer distributor. It was like, I'm gonna need 5,000 whatever she ordered. Which is really cool that she's just so like,
Open about
yeah.
it. And like we do it in a way that's like fun and sexy and classy. You know,
And it's free with it. It's like a free
yeah, and
add-on.
they aren't cheap. I mean, if you get a good one, and I literally had just thrown mine out a couple months ago when I was moving. So I'm like, hell yeah, this is great because if you know,
Julie, do you have a picture? I think you dropped it
whoa,
in the chat.
whoa, what are you talking about?
No, do you have a picture of what's in the spray, you psycho? What's in what?
I dropped it in the team chat.
Okay, yeah, because it's a combination of like what we already have, and then there's an additional ingredient in it, and I can't remember exactly what it was called. I know PT 141 is in there.
Listen, all
Um,
I know is I want it and I'm getting it and it's getting added to the cart as soon as it's available and it comes with a free vibrator. Okay. So, as far as all the details, ingredients, I don't have that right now, but it's coming. It'll come. No pun intended.
okay,
Okay,
stop.
I'm done. All right.
Wow.
So, let's move right along. That was that. I'm like,
I'm gonna share some video. So we had a little chat for on Facebook for everybody that went to the trip, and there was a lot of people that uploaded videos of some of the speakers and whatnot. I'm gonna snag them and then drop them in our team chat so you guys can just kind of get a sense of like the whole vibe and it was like the entire trip, everybody. And I'll tell you what, they're watching us, not just corporate. Like corporate was all coming up to us, but all the other people and the like two other teams that were there, because most, I'm telling you, like most of it was us and people who were under Kelly, Beth, and Blair. And mind you, though, man, find you some people that can balance you out because the last company that I was at, I was on the Asian team, but there was three, it's basically three Asian ladies that run the entire organization. And we kind of have that here with Team Joy, where Kelly, Beth, and Blair, they really like they're all very different, but they all kind of run parts of the organization and balance each other out. And I feel like us three kind of do that with Dell and Amanda and I. And like Amanda or Steph said, I was blushing. Like Dell is completely open to talking about this and marketing this. This isn't probably something that I'm gonna post on Instagram about,
we're going
but
live.
I also have to be aware of like my target audience. Like I mostly have women clients and women customers and women team members, so I got to find a way to frame it. So, that's one of the key things here is find a way where some of the products can fit into the way that you want to market or the way that you talk about it, because it doesn't have to be all through Instagram or Facebook. If you, there's a guy there. His name is Gary. Is it Gary Simmons? He's like an OG, tall ass black dude. We actually vibed. He's a software developer. He's an army vet. Like we were vibing for a while, and he was one of the only other guys there. He is 100% old school network marketing. He doesn't really do social media. He's going to sign a new person. He's going to say, "Give me your phone. I want 50 names out of that phone, and I'm going to contact all of them." He's like one of the top guys in the company, or one of the top people, and he does it strictly old school network marketing style, like throw a party, like my mom's old Tupperware parties when I was growing up. Like he wants it all old school style, and he was like, that's the beauty of this business, is that you can run it the way that you want. And he's like, people will cringe at me and they'll say things to me, but it works for me, and this is what I like to do. So, I just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, I'm gonna drop those videos in the chat.
I
Okay.
have a couple more things that I just randomly thought about. So
Okay.
we didn't talk about how like the app.
Well, I didn't finish going through my list. Y'all keep
Okay,
just
fine. Let
cutting
me
me
add
off.
something. Let me add something else though, just while I'm thinking about it. Because you were talking about like leading the organization and stuff. I just want you guys to know, like, everyone knows who we are. Like we're all there, and it was like no question like who we are and what we represent and our team. We had people left and right coming over asking about our systems, our
Oh my gosh,
resources,
yeah.
for feedback, wanting to know how they can duplicate it. They are absolutely amazed what we have to offer. So I think it's just super important to remember that we have something exclusive to our team that is different and that it helps people succeed, and to keep reiterating that and sharing that in your social when you're looking to recruit business partners. I mean, we are setting up for like duplicatable success, and that's how you build massive organizations. And there are people that were there, that have $1 million, a month volume that don't have anything even remotely close to this. And I say that because we one should all be very grateful for what we have, but also just make sure that you're constantly reminding people that like this is what you get when you join me. Like you might not get this on another team or anything even remotely close to it. And I just thought it was super cool because like everyone was like oohing and awing over everything we have.
Yeah, and as a reminder, guys, don't send our shit outside of this organization. We put so much time and money, and it really does. It's not about, listen, I wish I could help everybody. I wish I could be Oprah Winfrey and just give away shit for free all the time. But there comes a time and place where you have to have a boundary on that because that is what sets us apart. And that's why somebody's going to choose to join this organization over, some Joe Schmo in the company as well. So, also, I wanted to note two people just hopped off, but we had 51 people on this damn call, and it's kind of surreal because I remember who was here for like our first Zoom. I think there were like 7 people. It's so crazy. It's so crazy like how far we've come, and it's just, I mean, I gotta pull, I didn't even pull the numbers, I'll be honest, but I mean, the amount of new partners every day, it's raining elephants and blue hearts in that chat. So, and if you're discouraged, guys, if you're like, I want to just like challenge you to, if you're one of those people, and I get it, it's human nature where you're like, motherfucker, so and so's got another customer. I can't enroll anybody, right? Okay. I need you to shift into the whole, use that as an example that it's possible, that there are people out there saying yes. Okay, it's evidence based. Like there's so many people on this team crushing it. That should inspire you. That should not discourage you. If it discourages you, you got to fix your mindset because that is just evidence that what we have our hands on is working and it'll work for you too, but you got to get in that abundant mindset. Okay. Yes, we have an app coming out soon as well. We had the app creator fly in and go through it with us. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be like a little CRM system built into it. You can have little groups and chats within it. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. It's going to have a lot of resources for the company. Everything's just going to be centralized in this hub. And you can, mass text out of it, like your contacts, your leads, everything. So that's coming. I'm really excited. I think that that's going to be amazing. You can integrate Canva into it, Zoom calls, like everything. It's a one-stop shop. So that's coming. I really
Anna
do.
has the link capability thing. Remember, she was like, there's no way, sometimes when you send people your link and if they like refresh, like it'll be like a different
Oh
partner
yeah.
at the top. So it will hard code your website address. So there's no way possible that there could be any issues, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's going to be like a boards on steroids. Like it has everything. And you can connect like all of the most important apps that you use all the time to it.
Yeah, because you can essentially do, you know how we have like the Shop Girls Only Facebook group? You can do a group within this app. And then what's cool is if you add somebody into this community group, they are tied to you. So if we drop an announcement post in there and we say, hey, something's on sale, NAD's on sale, grab it here. And they click the link to go to the website and they order, they are going to be coded to whoever added them into the group. So we don't have to worry about people, not anybody does that on this team, but poaching people's leads or taking people's customers. They're going to be tied to you, which will be really, really awesome. Okay. Da, da, da. Oh, convention. Yes. Lucy put that in the chat. Thank you. I want all of you guys there. You have plenty of time to make the finances work for it, even if you got to set back $50 every couple weeks just to make sure you can afford to go. But we have a big group of the team going that I know of so far, and I would love to pack that place and have like 100 shot callers there. We all get some cool swag and represent and just make a name for ourselves. I can't tell you how important it is to have in-person bonding, okay? So just know we're going to be doing stuff. Yes, it's a company event, but it's going to be for the team too. Like we'll get together, we'll all do dinners. I'm going to see if we can get like a photo shoot rented out there so we can all do team content together. It's going to be totally worth the time. So I know I'm going the June 3rd through the 7th, and it's in Houston, Texas. So if y'all can plan accordingly, please, please, please be there. Okay, $26 enrollments ends in a couple days. So get people in while you can, but get people in that are going to work the business. Okay. Don't be upgrading customers just so they can take advantage of free shit because you lose a lot of money doing that. But people that are on the fence, go close out with them, get them in, get them to pull the trigger because it'll go back up to $79 starting for February. I think new brand partner onboarding series, the thing that I put in the chat earlier. So Kelly has this idea, and we're gonna pilot it, basically where we're going to be making a push at the end of each month, like the last 2 weeks of each month, to get a bunch of new brand partners in. And then we're going to start a onboarding series at the beginning of the following month. So it'll be like right now. It's like, hey, get in with me today so that we can get you into this next onboarding class, if you will. Kind of think of it like that for February. So we can get you in February's onboarding class. So then for the whole month of February, once a week, we'll have a chat that's all for new brand partners that are launching for February. Okay, and I've already added a bunch of new people into there. If you are new, okay, if you're in your first month, you haven't fully launched yet, you need to relaunch. This is not for somebody who's already like been working the business and involved in things. It is just supposed to be an intimate space for newbies, like fresh new people. If you want to be in it, send me a DM on Facebook with the word launch and I'll get you added in. But we are going to have a chat for new people to help with everything, and then also Zoom calls for new people. Not open to everybody. We want it to be intimate so that people don't feel insecure and intimidated to ask questions and feel like they sound like an idiot because there's all these veterans on the call. So it's going to be great though. We have it all mapped out. It's a 4 week series where we'll walk them through the basics of week one. Week two is like overcoming objections, this and that, how to reach out to people. It's really, really great. So we've already got it all built out. That'll be launching. It kicks off February 2nd. And Kelly and I are spearheading that. So message me if you are new and want to be a part of that. There was something else and I can't remember. Um, Okay. Does anybody, I want to I don't know if Holly's on. I know she's on vacation right now. She's celebrating. So she just hit director today. So congratulations to Holly. That's a really big deal. Guys, we're ranked off of PV here. That's not even the full dollar amount. I'm like, you and your team did over $20,000 this month in sales. That's pretty damn badass. I know Heather just had a bunch of rank ups the last couple weeks. So shout out to you. Lucinda just ranked up. I mean, I'm looking around. I know Christy's right on the cusp of her next rank up. So you guys are kicking ass. I'm super proud. And I don't know if Brandy's on, but Brandy crushed her Zoom call today. Corporate reached out and asked her to be a part of it. I was watching Laura's face on the call. She was like a proud mom the whole time. It was really awesome to have that representation, and her story is amazing. So, does anybody else have any wins or anything they want to share before we close out? No, nothing.
Can I
Mhm.
say something?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was just going to say that I think that the new thing that they're launching, like, I know we already have sex help drugs, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's really smart, like, because I'm just saying from like other companies I even know about, like, I know that I've been in, people have found niches within the company that maybe not was the main selling thing, but they built a massive business. And I just think that sex help is a real thing and that people relate to that because it's not something that people naturally talk about. So people don't naturally share that, or maybe it's not something they want to talk about that maybe they struggle with. So I'm just saying that there are ways that I think this could be marketed and it could actually, maybe really bring in sales, and it's not a very saturated conversation, I feel like. So that was all. I was just going to say that. And isn't there some graphics like that the company has about like the promo or whatever for
We just
Uh,
February
took
4th?
pictures of like
yeah.
what you had on the screen, but I'm gonna make some graphics this weekend, some slides, and then I'll share the templates. I'll do like
Okay, that's fine. I just
Delaney
knew that
style
there
ones
was
and
some that
then
like the
normal.
company. Okay.
I would
Okay, cool. All
encourage you
right. That
guys.
was all.
It's a good point, Destiny. I'm never going to tell you guys to go spend beyond your means with product, right? Like, we're not building a business off of the backs of just distributors purchasing here. I know we all are on a bunch of, I mean, we literally, I think our household, I think we're between the two of us, Alex and I are on like 8 different fucking peptides at this point. Like, thank God we make such good money here because this shit ain't cheap, right? But what I will tell you, Destiny is right. If you can afford to get this new product, especially when it comes with the vibrator and you buy it as soon as it drops so that you get it during the promotion, so you have those 2 week window to really market it, I think it would be very strategic, especially around Valentine's Day. So don't just think from a consumer standpoint, guys. Think from a business standpoint too. It will be very smart to market that. I'm already thinking of really funny reels to make, like some sexy ones, but also like funny. Humor does really well, especially during about uncomfortable topics. And just know that not everybody's comfortable, but everybody has a sex drive, whether it's been dormant or it's awake and alive. Everybody's got one. And so I think it's a really awesome market for us. And
I
even
also
men
want to look up
can
how much that
literally get
is.
it for their girl. Like, if you got dudes following you, they could buy that as a Valentine's Day gift and they'll benefit too. Like, they'll love it. So, what were you saying?
I said I want to look up and see how much it is since it is like
I
a freebie
dropped
you
the
get.
graphic, I took pictures of all that and I
Yeah.
dropped it in the team chat the other day.
Know how much the rosebud is.
Oh, by itself? I don't know. She probably
Yeah.
didn't put that on there. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure it's at
I mean,
least
you can get
$50.
cheap ones on Amazon, but they don't work that great. Speaking for a friend. Speaking from for a friend. Um, okay. Anybody else have a win they want to share before we close this puppy out? Okay. Awesome. This was a great call. I have asked a few people to stay on to meet with me about something else. So if that's you, I'm actually going to close the Zoom so it shuts the recording down. I'm going to reopen. So jump back on if you are one of those people. If not, love y'all. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for joining us and super excited for what's to come.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.